This is the first session of HTML5 and CSS3, both of which are used for web designing as well as for web development. Before entering into the concept of what is HTML5 and CSS, let us look at an example. Say there is a computer teacher and she teaches HTML and CSS to a student. After teaching it, she asks the student to write a paragraph or a description about a flower. So what she does is she writes the content like this: flowers, like she is writing something like flower is a bloom or blossom, something, and she takes it to the computer teacher, and she tells her this is not looking good. Okay, just use your HTML and CSS to develop this better. She didn't know what to do. Actually, she learned something in her course, but being a kid, okay, she doesn't know how to apply this. So this teacher wants to take her step by step. Now she asks her, keep the title in bold. So she goes and she makes the title bold like this: flowers, and everything looks in a paragraph. Then she tells her, give a heading for each line, or for each content give a heading. So then she thinks for a while and then she remodifies, and then she comes up with like this: flowers, and the same content she has written with some heading like flowers, description, what is the biological function of the flower, and what are the types of the flowers, etc. Then the teacher walks through her again. She asks her to use bulletin points for the types of the flowers. So she again modifies her data, and she comes up like this. Okay, she like uses the bulletin points like circles to give all the list. Then she tells her give some colors, okay, for the heading. So she again goes and she makes the heading, main heading, as red color, and the subheadings with the pink color. Teacher thinks we should make her to apply the HTML and CSS. Then she asks her to program this. So she code this and she comes up with a program like this. Okay, so she is doing everything, and here she is making a coding like all this, like this one I told, right? So she is making a coding, and she is having the heading, and this description also she is giving in the heading, and this flower is a bloom or blossom she gives as a paragraph. Similarly she does everything, and now she is telling the teacher, you have structured the content, okay, somehow. So now try to use styling, like give some colors to this file. So what she does is she did that, she gave the heading as a red color and the subheading as pink color. Now what she does is she uses style, this tag, okay, this is said to be tag. So she uses style tag, which is used mainly for cascading style sheet, that is for designing purposes or for the presentation purposes. And she gives the color of the heading, main heading, to be red, and color of the subheading to be like magenta or pink color. Okay, now the teacher says this is also not looking that much good. Okay, go for a better code. So now what she does is, like she is using some table. Okay, she is using a table. Okay, she is using a table like this, like she is having the first row. This is said to be a row, and these are nothing but said to be columns. In the first row she gives the first heading as flowers, main heading, and in the second row she gives the subheading as description, and in the same row, like in the next row she gives the content. Similarly she proceeds and comes up with this code finally. So you can see here she is using a table, and TR stands for row, and TH stands for heading, and TD stands for data, P stands for paragraph. Okay, so she comes up with this data, so all this thing, and she is using colors like background colors. As we saw here, she gives the background color for the heading as yellow, and for data she gives the blue color. So she uses all this code. Okay, that's all. This is said to be HTML and CSS. Nothing but initially she wrote some text. The teacher doesn't want to have text. She asked her to modify the text, so she gives a heading. Okay, then she rewrites the data or the content in such a way it has one main heading as well as some subheadings. So slowly she is structuring the data. Initially the data was like a paragraph, but she structured the data with a main heading and a subheading and with the content inside. Okay, then she is like again structuring the data by giving bulletin points to this list of the flowers. Then what happens, the teacher asked her to use the styles, that is coloring. Okay, so now she starts using, for the heading she uses this color, and finally she comes up with this final content of whatever the teacher asked for. Okay, so this is nothing but the presentation is said to be the HTML and CSS. Okay, so we'll see what is meant by hypertext markup language. It's not a programming language like Java. We saw Java, right? In Java we have to write code, and we have to execute it in IDE or in Notepad or in some editor, and we have to see the output. But here it's not a programming language, but it's a markup language. What is meant by markup language? Here you are using tags, right? She used the tag like P. P is used for paragraph, and she used a table, like she want to structure the data with the main heading and with subheadings and with the content. Okay, so this is the content, and this is the main heading, and this is the subheading. Okay, so for this she is structuring the content inside a table, so she is using the tag table. Okay, so this entire table is given within this tag. So we know these are nothing but rows, and these are nothing but columns. In this example we didn't use any columns, we used only rows. So she used the tag TR, it stands for row, and then she wants to fill up the data, so for that she is using the tag TD. Okay, this is defines the data inside the row. Next, for the header she is using the tag th. Okay, these are nothing but tags or markup. Okay, markup tags. So hence it is called as a markup language. That is, the content is structured, okay, with the help of the HTML. HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Okay, CSS stands for cascading style sheet. That is, after structuring the content, she wants to look the content to be a better, like it should be like attractive. So she uses some background colors and colors for the fonts, etc. Right, as we saw there, she is using like colors for this, and for the content and for background colors, etc. So it looks good. See, compared to this, see how it looks and see how this looks. It looks good, right? So she uses some tags and she does some coding with whatever her teacher taught. Okay, finally she comes up with the content looking very attractive, so for which she is using HTML and CSS. So hypertext markup language, it is used for structuring the data, that is she is structuring the her content, and she is using the cascading style sheet to give design, okay, like to coloring or to make the feel a look and feel of the content looking better. Okay, so that is the short story for HTML and CSS. It's very easy. Why I want to teach now HTML means, like if you study Java code, it will be very dry, that is you will be reading all the concepts. But if you see everything visually, if you start looking everything visually, it will make you to read Java very interesting. So I just want to go for this course HTML, so that we can look for Java as well as this HTML side by side. So what we saw, it's not a programming language, you don't want to code anything, but it's just a markup language, that is you'll be using some tags and write the content inside the tags, so that this HTML, it will take care of structuring the data accordingly. Okay, so here where this HTML is used, HTML is used especially for building the web applications. We have something called as static and dynamic. We will see static and dynamic. Okay, I'll show an example. Static means like this page. Okay, see whatever design, even this page, okay, it will not be interactive with the user. Okay, that is it will not modify the input of the user to give the output whatever the user is looking for. That is said to be static page. We will see an example. Dynamic is nothing but it will be interactive. Okay, say for example, okay, I want to search for some tablets in Amazon. So I'll go to that browser and simply type in search box some tablets. Okay, so it will display some thousands of items, isn't it? So this page is called a static page. But when this user say he want to buy one tablet and he clicks on this tablet, on this item, so it will take to the next page where it will give the product details and the price, everything, whether it is available in the market, everything. Next, what the user can do, if he needs this tablet, he can go for purchasing it. So he can add this to the cart, then he can give the payment details, and so that this product will be delivered. Okay, so this is what happens in real time. So here each page is said to be static pages. Okay, this is said to be a static, this is said to be static, this is also, every pages are static. But when it, that is interacts with the user, it becomes dynamic. Okay, so when the user sees the tablet pages, it is static, but when he clicks, it transfers a control to the product details page, and when he wants to buy it, it will take to the cart page where she can select all the items, he or she can select all the items and put it in the cart, and if you want to buy it, she can give the payment details so that it will be delivered. Okay, so this whole thing is said to be a web page. We will see example. Okay, each page is static page, but when it interacts, okay, interacts means it should be bidirectional. So unidirectional means it is static page, that is if you click this it will go to this page, then it will go to this page, then it will go to this page. Okay, that's all static page means. But when it interacts, okay, see from the product details again she can come back to this. If she can come, then it is interactive. So in such case it is said to be a dynamic web page. Okay, so all the web applications whatever we see in browser or dynamic web pages mostly. Okay, so to build these dynamic web pages, this HTML and CSS is used. Okay, we will see what is the main use of this HTML and CSS. We have seen it is used for structuring and this is used for styling. Okay, so we will see a concept called as MVC. MVC stands for model, view and control. This and all we will see when we see a topic called as servlets. Okay, in Java EE Enterprise Edition we will have all these. Servlets are nothing but they are the server side programming. Okay, these are nothing but it is a server side, that is it is going to some database and it fetches the details and displays to the user. So these are nothing but server side programming. Okay, when it connects to the server it is said to be a server side programming. Okay, so client is nothing but the user. Okay, here he gives the search so that it happens, everything happens. So client server programming comes under the model view controller. What is meant by model? Model is nothing but the data. Okay, mainly databases are used to store the data and manipulate the data. View is nothing but what the user sees. So if he goes for the Amazon page, he will be logging in, or without logging in she can search for the tablets, right? That view, whatever she sees in her on her front, that is said to be the view. Okay, so for which this HTML and CSS is used. So nothing but presentation. Controller is when the user clicks this, something happens at the back which we don't know, right? So this control is transferred to the next page giving the product details, and if you want to add to the cart, if you click over here it is added to the cart. Then if you want to buy, it's asking for the payment details. So something is controlling at the back, right? So that is said to be a controller. So this is said to be MVC pattern, model view controller. Model is nothing but data. This is stored in the database and this will be accessed and manipulated depending upon the user's requirement. That is said to be model. And view is nothing but whatever the user sees, and controller is something controls at the back. So in short, how you can write is, you have a user, he gives the request. Okay, so he sees something. Okay, view, that is this Amazon page. So at the back there will be a code controller. So this controller, either it will connect with the database and fetches the data, or it will communicate with some business logic. Business logic means, okay, here you want to check, okay, whether this product is available in your zip code. So you are giving the zip code as like this 76001. So what happens, it will check with the database if that product is available, and if it is available it will show it's available at your location. So some business logic is performed. Okay, so this controller can access with this some Java code at the back doing all the business logic. This business logic in turn can access the database. Okay, and here the response will be given to the user. This is said to be MVC pattern. This we will see in detail while we see servlets. Okay, because HTML and CSS, it is used mainly for presentation. This cannot be explained here very clearly, but you should know why you are going for HTML and CSS. So HTML and CSS are nothing but it is used as a presentation layer. That is what I am explaining here. See here, I have a college like Titiksha College of Engineering. I want to log in. Okay, so the user will see a login page. So it will ask for username and password. Say I am giving some username like admin, and here also I am giving like admin123. And when I click the submit button, what happens? It will take to the next page, right? Or it will do some operations at the back. The user can see only this, he cannot see what's happening at the back. So now here the controller will work. So this is said to be the controller, nothing but the Java code. So it does the business logic. So when you give the username and the password, what should it do? It should validate, okay, whether the username and the password is correct. So it will validate. Okay, so what happens? This Java code can be servlets. This and all we will see in Java. Everything is separate topics. Okay, this is servlets, or these are nothing but frameworks. These are said to be frameworks, struts and spring MVC. You can use any of these as the Java code. So this will validate if the credentials are right. Okay, then it will take to the welcome page. If the credentials are wrong, again it will come to the this welcome page itself. Okay, so in turn what happens, if you have a database, okay, then it will go to the database and it will collect the information of the username and password, and it will check whether if it's right, and if it's right it will take to the welcome page, or if it's wrong, okay, this controller it will take to the welcome page. If it's wrong, what happens, it will take to the welcome page itself or the login page. Okay, so this is a simple concept. It's very easy to understand because see, while I take servlets, JSP, like struts, spring, we can see that in very detail, but here it's not needed. But you should know why you are going for HTML and CSS. You cannot study blindly everything. So HTML and CSS is for presentation layer. Okay, this is what I want to tell. So it is a view. Okay, so all the data is stored here. It can be accessed, it can be manipulated. So this model is nothing but database, and this is nothing but controller. So this is called as MVC design pattern. It's a software design pattern. Okay, you have a lot of design patterns, and one of the software design pattern used to by many is MVC pattern, model view controller. Here why you are going for MVC pattern means you can segregate. You don't want to combine everything in a single code. Here you can segregate this presentation layer and the logic and the database layer. Okay, so you can see like there will be UI developers, UI, that is UI, user interface. Okay, UI developers, and you will be having Java developers, and you will have the database developers also. Okay, so these people, they can work independently. Okay, so one can finally, all this code can be joined together to make this web page. Or otherwise, if one has to work on UI as well as the business logic as well as on the database, it's very tedious, right? So you can, it's called as loosely coupled. Okay, loosely coupled means like everything is independent. The UI designer can work only on the UI design. Java developer, he can look for the business logic. And database, he can create the databases, he can update, or he can do all the operations whatever it's possible on the data. Okay, we will see, I'll explain you step by step, but we will see this in detail in servlets, not here. I just want to tell it's not a programming language, it's just a markup language. It's used only for structuring the data. And CSS is nothing but cascading style sheet, and it is used for the styling purpose and for presentation of the data. Okay, and Java, it is used for the business logic. You can use either servlets or JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. This and all we will see in detail later on. Next is struts and Spring are nothing but frameworks. Frameworks are nothing but the skeleton will be available. Just you can take the skeleton and you have to code it accordingly. That's all. Okay. See, apart from this, okay, say for example, if you are a UI developer and you dislike Java coding, okay, but anyhow you have to learn Java or any language, okay, any programming language. It's not necessarily to be in Java, it can be Python, or it can be like a .NET, everything you can do the business logic. So but you want to make it very simple, okay, so you are going for a JavaScript. So JavaScript, with the help of the JavaScript also, these are also Java codes only, but it's a scripting language. Okay, it's a scripting language. You can do some behaviors. I'll show you what are all the behaviors you can do it. Okay, we'll see some example. If I show the example, you will understand better. See here, I told, right, the text, you can arrange the text like this. Okay, and you can give the background color for these text like this. Like you have two types of developers. One is called as a UI developer, another one is called as a web developer. Similarly, you have two parts. One is called as web designing, and another one is called as web development. Okay, so this web designing is static. Okay, it is static, but web development is dynamic. So this UI developers, they know to work only with web designing. We will see what is web designing. And this web developers, they know some, to some extent, UI also, because they are working mainly on business logic, right? And they know about the database also to some extent. Okay, so UI developers means they will concentrate mainly on like Photoshop, like all the UIs available. Okay, HTML code, CSS code, they know only little bit. They are not a programmer or a coder. Okay, they are just a designers. But here developers or nothing but web developers or nothing but they will develop everything. If you give to the web developer, he can develop a complete website even, but the UI developer, he doesn't know. Okay, so better be a web developer than to be a UI developer. But UI is also very important. I'll show an example for this. Okay, so here see, next one, here also this example, what is HTML and CSS, this data structure. See, I have given spaces, okay, between the each word, sorry, each letter. Similarly here it's underlined, sorry, it's striked out like this. And here see, it's scrolling. So the text is scrolling. This is from scrolling from left to right. And see here, some images scrolling here. See, this image bird is scrolling, and this heading is also scrolling like this. Okay, and so this is counting. Okay, like text scroll twice or thrice, etc. We will see one by one. I just want to show some examples so that you will get an interest over this HTML. And say for example, I want to design a web page Website is nothing but collection of web pages. Okay, so website is nothing but collection of web pages. Okay, say for example I have a login page, and I have the you want to tell details about you, so about page. Okay, and you are taking some courses, so you want to tell about the course details, so you have a static page for everything. Okay, each page. Okay, and contact. Okay, so the union of all these, so the collection of all these web pages is nothing but a website, and this has to be deployed in server so that the users can see it. Okay, so Google is a server, Yahoo is a server, everything is a server. So when the user clicks the page, it goes to the server and collects the data or fetches the data whatever the user needs and gives as a response to the user. That's what happening, right? So web application is nothing but you have to deploy your website in a server so that everyone can access it. We will see that also. So I want to like do a web page for my login page for my company. So you can have like this. I can have a header, you can give the title of the company, and here I want to have the menus like home, about us, like what are the course details you're providing, like contact us, or what are the packages you're providing, like this. Okay, and here you want to give some content about whatever the menu like header is going to display, and this is nothing but the footer is nothing but this copyright to so and so company. Okay, so like this you can have a model. Okay, like this is nothing but a presentation like skeleton. Okay, so next see, I'll give a static page example. So what is static page? If you click on this, nothing happens, right? See, it's not going anywhere, so that is said to be static page. But if it goes to any page such that it interacts with the user, then it is called as a dynamic page. Okay, so here I have a username and password, and if you click this and all, nothing happens, so it is a static page. This is also static page, so I have a static page. Say for example, once I log in, okay, if this page goes to this page, okay, then you can call this as a dynamic, because here datas are given like emp code, employee code, first name, middle name, and here these are called as radio buttons. This is called as text this is radio buttons, and this is said to be like text check boxes, and here this is said to be a text field, this is checkbox, and this is said to be text area, like this, and these are nothing but submit and reset or buttons. Okay, so these are static pages, it doesn't does anything. Okay, if you want you can fill the data. Okay, you can fill some data, that's all. Here also you can select, and here you can select. Okay, if you submit, see, it's not doing anything, so it's a static page. Next one, so this is also static page. So here these are nothing but it is called as a text field, this is text area, this is called as radio buttons, this is drop down box. So like multiple data you want to select. I want to select the skills C as well as C++ and Java, so you can select multiple. And city, say here I have these cities, I want to select one. State also you can select something. Okay, postal code you can write some 5678990. Okay, and if you want to write some comments, you can write some comments. Okay, these are static pages. It's an example. See, before going into the lecture, if you see all this, you'll get an idea. So this is said to be designing. Okay, see, this and all, it's not looking good, right? Simply I have made just to show this is okay. But so here, see, I have made a web designing page with the help of HTML5 and CSS3. So see, I have given the header, and here it has shadows. this title, okay, shades. And here like it's a cursive writing, and here see the buttons are like using gradients, okay, colors or gradients. Similarly I have a pictures, and here everything is like fascinating, okay. So if you click on this, it has to go to some page, but it will not go to any page because it is called as web designing. So the UI developer, he designs this page, and he will give it to the Java developer or like any developer, web developer. So he will write the code. What like when you click this home button, what event should be triggered, okay. So he will write a code for that, okay. So accordingly this page will become interactive. We'll see that also. And like these are nothing but divs are nothing but like if you want, see here I have aligned, right, like I have a basic model. Similarly I don't want to have this model, okay, but I want to have my own model here and there. So I can use a tag called as div tag, so you can align the content like this. And here suppose I want to have the login, here I have the login in the middle, I want to have the login in the corner, so you can design accordingly, okay. This and all we will see one by one. Say for example I want to create an article about the Prime Minister of India like Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, everyone, okay. So just I have made a content here, nothing great thing is over here, just a heading and the content, okay. So these are example for the HTML and CSS styling. We will see some more examples so that you will get an idea also. uh, okay, this we will see later on. Okay, so we will see, so that's all we have seen, right? Now I'll show you the output for this with the help of a server-side programming. You should know one thing, whatever we have seen are nothing but static pages, and it is not a dynamic page, okay. Dynamic page means like it has to connect with, it should be interactive with the user, that is the user shall give some input, and this input has to be manipulated, okay, then you should get the response. Okay, we will see an example, and I'll show an example for the static page also. Okay, see here, see this is a page, okay, static page. In this page I have just a house and a butterfly, okay. So it's asking to click me, okay, it's for it's just created for fun long ago, so I'm clicking. So now see, yeah, a duck, he comes out of its house, okay. So it's asking, may I know who are you, like in my garden, you are giving some name, okay, Titiksha. So it's asking to press me. So she is like welcoming. This dog is welcoming you. Hi Titiksha, how are you doing? Welcome to my home. Come in, get inside. Okay. So you have to press this link. It is said to be link. Okay. So press. So if you press, see this I have done a long back. Okay. That time I don't know anything, okay. Just I know only basic tags with that I have created, but now we will see like many advancements, okay. So here they are celebrating Deepavali. See in this case, when you click, okay, when you click it's taking you to some other page, but it doesn't means it's a dynamic, because here if you click this static page, it is taking to some data, okay, and it's taking to some other link, and then finally you're getting this. So this is not an interactive web page, it's a static page. But the static page, just the control link is given to the next page. Okay, you should be very clear what is meant by dynamic and what is meant by static. So in this case all the pages are static, that is if you click one link it goes to the next link, that's all. Okay, for example, like if I click this home page, okay, so it's going to some welcoming page and then it's going to some celebration page, that's all. It's static. Okay, it's not dynamic. But we will see a dynamic page also. I'll show an example for another static web page. Say here new year wishes. Okay, so depending upon the time this background will change. If it is like morning 6 o'clock to like 8 o'clock, this background will be different. Okay, and if 8 to 10, this background will be different, for which you should need the code. But here like depending on the current time, the background shown is this one. So it's asking to click me. Okay, so I'm clicking, so it's a wishing like a happy new year. But you should not design this, it's so ugly. Okay, because you have to cut all these balloons. At that time I don't know Photoshop or anything, I don't know. So just I want to try, because like it will be very much interesting, you know, like if you see everything like visually, like if you whatever you do, if you see the output, you will get interest automatically. So for that, while I was studying, I just want to do it with a curiosity, that's all. Similarly here, see this also. Actually this code I will show it again. Here in this code, actually these birds will fly from here. Okay, while flying it will sing, it will sing. Okay, and this swans will swim in the pond, and this boat also it will be moving. But now it's not moving. I'll show you this code after we go through the each and tags. Okay, because now even if I tell you anything, you will not be able to understand without any basics. So if I click this boat, see I'm clicking. So like see, this is not a good web page, right? Because I have just clubbed the images. I have took this god image and like see this is animated. This bird is turning its head, and see this peacock also, see it will shrink its feathers. And this girl, she is having a rose. These are all animated images. Okay, similarly these birds, see similarly this bird will come near her and it will like go around here like this, like all those. Okay, that is with an imagination. And I have a swam, and it is wishing like a happiness. It's done before 7 or 8 years back. At that time I just started learning, so I just want to try, that's all. And see this is static. Okay, are you clear? That is if you're clicking some pages, it's taking to the next page. Okay, so you just have a link. Okay, it doesn't does anything. But see here, mostly this is also static only. See I have a static page. Okay, like tourism, this I tried a long back. So here it's a tourism. So I here it's a page. See everything I have till this, and I want to see the tour packages. So it will scroll down, and that particular area it will be displayed. Okay, so this is also static page. So here see it goes to the next pages. Okay, here it goes to next pages. But see if you click like this, it goes to the next page, but it's in the same page, it will be like scroll down. So I want to see the contact, so contact will be displayed. If I want to go to home, okay, home. So here see I have some 5 images. Okay, this 5 images it has to change, it's showing some error, you'll see later on. See first image like this. Okay, if I click on this image, next peacock will be displayed, but automatically it will slideshow this peacock, sorry, this elephant. Next I'll have a boathouse, and I'll have this Vivekananda rock. Okay, so this also static page only, but see it's already doing some. Okay, so this is also static page, but it's not taking to the next page, but within the same page it's taking to a different area. See, because when I click this tour package, this is shown. When I click on this contact us, this is shown, right? So these are all the example for the static pages. That is, it is not connected to the server. See, I have not connected to any server, internet. So it is working locally on your machine. Okay. So on your machine, these pages are displayed. So this is said to be static pages, and this doesn't form a website. Okay, it should be interactive. We'll show how it is made interactive. Okay, I told you this example, right? See, she is the user is giving a login credentials. If it is validated and if it's authentic, it will take to the welcome page, or otherwise it will return the user to the login page itself. We will see an example for this with the help of servlets. Servlets, it's a server-side programming. That is, as I told, Google is a server, Yahoo is a server. Here I am going to use a local server called as Apache Tomcat. This and all you cannot understand right now. Okay, we will see everything in servlets or in frameworks. For time being, like, see the output, that's all. Okay, see, I have done some code, this and all, some coding, this and all. Web applications, web means here, see, you will have a circle, web, a dynamic web project. Like, you have two types of project. One is called as a, one is Java project, right? Whatever we do is like we do a Java project in Java. This is Java project, but Java project you cannot run this code. You need a server because it's a dynamic page, right? So here I am using a local server called as Apache Tomcat. In see Tomcat, instead of as we use in the browsers like Google, Yahoo, etc., it's a local server. That is, it will run only on this machine. Okay, so here I have like some source code, and I told about this dynamic project. Dynamic means you have to create a dynamic web project so that you can include all the HTML pages and servlets, all those stuffs here. But in ordinary Java projects you cannot do the web programming. Okay, so there you can do business logic, that's all, but here you can do everything. So here this and all, I think for HTML CSS students it's not needed. I'll show you the output. Like, you'll have the web app inside which all the files will reside, and here you will have the business logic. I told model view controller, right? So this will be a view, and here you will have the controller. Here I am not connecting to the database, so you don't have the data layer over here. So here I have only model and controller. Within the controller itself I have validated the data. Okay, I'll show you this project. First one, you can clean the project also if you want, because my Eclipse doesn't run sometimes. So this and all not needed. Okay, see, I am using servlet mapping with annotations. See, I'm getting some output. Okay, why I want to show this output is it nice? It's not nice. Say I am giving some input also. Okay, admin password is like protected, so it's giving like circles, it's hidden. Okay, so I'm giving some submit. See, the output is given, but is it looking good? It's not looking good. So even if you go to this page, and this is said to be a link. Okay, if you click link, some pages displayed, it's not looking good. So for which we need the HTML and CSS. Okay, so the main importance of the HTML and CSS is for the presenting your data in a presentable way. Okay, so we will stop the server. This is a non need to be done, but but as a precaution, because if it doesn't run, but it's good, like you can clean everything before you run. See, I am running on the server. Okay, see, don't look into this code and all, you will not understand anything. Just look into the output. See, okay, see, this is looking good, right? So here what happens, I am giving a login page. So I am giving the username admin and password is admin123. Okay, if I give the correct password, it will go to the login page. Before that, I want to tell, see, this is said to be a table. I have designed this with the help of a table. This is called as text field, and these are nothing but like buttons, submit button and reset button. What is the purpose of reset? Means if you click this, everything will go off. That is the use of this reset button. Okay, so again I am giving admin. Okay, now I'm clicking this. So at the back end, this controller, what it does is it will validate. See, it validates. So the credentials are right. So it's taking to the welcome page. Okay, welcome admin. So it's telling the courses offered by the Titiksha College of Engineering or nothing but you have 3 departments and these are the courses offered and you have these many seats. Okay, I'll show you this code, like since you are reading Java also, like what I had did inside. You will not know what is meant by servlet, but you will see what the logic I have done inside this. See, just I am checking, okay, if the username is equal to admin and the password is equal to admin123, it will forward the request to the welcome.html. Okay, or otherwise it will forward the request to the indexerror.html. That's all. It's very easy. If you study servlet, it will be very easy. So now I want to go out. Okay, log out. So if you click log out, it will come to the login page. Okay, say now I am giving a wrong credentials. Okay, admin12. I am submitting. See, it's showing wrong credentials. Try again. Okay, so this is use of your HTML and CSS. It is used for presentation. See, even here I'll tell you one thing. Now I'll give a correct credentials. Okay, see, it's showing the output. See here, see, this is not correctly aligned, right? But if you go to your browser, see, this is the page actually you will see in browser. Since I am using an IDE, I don't want to take it to the outside of that IDE. I am using an internal browser, web browser. See here it is not showing, see that green color, right? So this is a way you will see the output in your browser. Okay, see, this is looking good. So when you design the pages, you should use the browsers, like you should try different browsers. You like Opera, this one, Safari, all those, right? So they like while you read HTML CSS itself, they will given these tag, this can be applied in these browsers and this tags will not work in these browsers. That and all you should know, like designers will know. Okay, see, now if I click, it will not go because it is not running on the server, right? So it's a static page. I just want to show you the how the actual output. So here I am. You can understand now very clearly. So this page is not running in a server. So if I click this, it's not giving any output. But here this page is running on a server. So if you click this, it is dynamic. So you can understand now very well, this is said to be dynamic and this is said to be static web page. Okay, clear? That's all. It's very easy, HTML and CSS, and it will be very interesting also to code with HTML. We will see the tags and all in the next session. I just want to give an intro. Okay, because if I give everything theoretically, it will be very hard to understand. That's why. Say this one, I just want to tell this one first, but we have gone somewhere far away. Okay, so before going to HTML and CSS, as I told for Java, you have something called as API, right? Application Programming Interface. That is, you will have all the interfaces and the classes over here. Application Programming Interface. Okay. Similarly, for HTML also you have something called as document object model, DOM. Okay, so document object model, it gives the API, like how this HTML and the XML stands for extensible markup language. This also it's useful, we will see that also. It will be very interesting, you know, like if you know Java, like frameworks unlike HTML, CSS, like your time will go away like anything. Okay, but while doing in Eclipse, it took a lot of time, because I think in the recent versions there are a lot of modifications are done, which I was not unaware of, because I was using like earlier Tomcat 5.6 versions, but now it has moved to 10, and they are using Jakarta instead of Java X. Okay, that and all we will the programmers have to worry about. Okay, let us come over here. So here what happens, it will give the logical structure of the documents and how the documents are to be accessed and manipulated. We have seen example, right? That is everything structured in a table. See, like everything is structured in a table, like course details. And here see, I have used gradient colors. This and all comes in HTML5. This background color is also comes in gradient. Okay, gradient means like you will have shadings and all. Okay, I'll show you some example for HTML5, because in HTML4 we don't have all these options, but in HTML5 is improved a lot. So say for example, okay, initially someone is coming to me and I a big software engineer, I am very intellectual. Okay, and I just want to show my knowledge, and I am drawing this diagram. This is said to be a bipartite graph, nothing but like you will have a x-axis and y-axis, right? So this is something I'll explain you later, how it works. So here nothing but I am telling, in this college, okay, in the Diksha College of Engineering, we have so and department, and we have these so and so courses, and these are the course details, like this. Okay, so see, at least if I draw this graph, he will understand something. This is also graph, okay, bipartite graph, but I am writing, doing some circles, and I am telling I have departments: CSE department, EEE department, ECE department, and it's offering courses: software engineering, control system, and electronic circuits. And in software engineering we have 20 seats, and in CS we have 30 seats, and electronic circuits we have 25 seats, and this and this. Okay, is getting very bored. Okay, what she's telling, it's very boring. Okay, then I don't want to make her bored. Okay, so I'll draw a table, so that by, see here it should be like Titiksha. Okay, I didn't change this one. uh, okay, so looking at this table, this is more like convenient to understand, right? So it's like presentable also. If you see this one, no one can understand. See, something circle and something she has written. Okay, what's is nothing. Okay, but I am intellectual, I can understand this one very well, because I am basically a computer science engineering student. Okay, if someone comes from mechanical engineering, they doesn't know even ABCD. Okay, let us have. Okay, so in such case, go over here and present it as a table. So obviously anyone knows what is maybe a table, right? So I have seeing to this, she can understand, oh, it's at the Diksha College of Engineering, and they have these many departments, and these are the courses offered, and these are the seats provided. Okay, so before explaining all this, I have explained that. So I told tags in HTML, like for a table I'm using the concept of table. So this is a table tag. So if you use a table tag, everything will be aligned inside the table. Okay, I'll show you an example for this. So I have written the code in Eclipse. You have a lot of editors apart from this Eclipse also, like you can use Dreamweaver or like Sublime Text, like something coffee cup or something. You have a lot of editors available, but since I want to do the server side as well as the client side, I just want to make use of this Eclipse. It takes some time. Okay, so before that I'll explain that one. So here I am using a table tag and placing all the content inside. So if you want to have the header, see earlier in HTML4 you didn't have some tags. Okay, HTML5 we'll see, like HTML5 new, here we had like table, we had like tr tag, td tag, all this, but here we have something called as header. That is, it comes for the page alignment. If you go for table, you have something called as t head. Okay, inside which you can give the headings. That is, if you open the tag, you have to close it. I think in HTML5 it's not needed. Even if you don't sorry, in HTML4 it's not mandatory, but here you have to close the tag. Okay, and this tag. Okay, and here the structure of table will be like, you will have table, and if you want to give some caption means it will not come inside this table, it will be here. Okay, say for example here I want to write, so this is said to be caption, and I will have some t head tag, and within which you can give the, like, this is the Diksha College of Engineering. Okay, t head tag, and you will have something called as t body. T body is nothing but all these contents. So inside this you will have the row, inside the row you will have the data. So you have to close this tag. We will see this detail, just I am telling. Okay, t body, close means you have to give a front slash, then you have to close it with html. Okay, see this is what I have written. So this and all, it's not easy to understand for time being. I told, right, I have used a caption. Here I didn't use a table head, not t head. Okay, I used a caption because it doesn't comes inside the table, so I have used a caption. So for caption I have given some stylings. Similarly, this is table, from here to here table. So for table I have like how many rows, sorry, this is input, it's taking a long time. Okay, so I'll explain you this one. Okay, so and finally you have to, after this t body, you have to close the table also. This is how you should write it. Okay, like structuring the data, that is, you have to start with table, you have to close the table, then I can have the caption. Say for example I had caption. Okay, then I can go for the headers. Any header you can give within the h tag, close it, and close the t head. Similarly, you will have the t body, within which you can have how many rows or how many columns. Okay, like td1 column, and this is say second column, and finally you have to close this tr tag. Okay, and another row like tr, I have td. Okay, some content, so like how many rows you want you can have, and close the t body. Okay, that's all. See, this is opened and this is closed, this is opened and this is closed, and this is opened and this is closed, and this is opened and this is closed. Okay, this is a structure. Okay, for structuring this you will use HTML. Okay, the current version I think 5 or 6. Next one, for styling, okay, how it has to look. See, I'm giving some gradient colors, and font I have changed, size of the font also I have changed, and here using cursive letters, and like here I'm using like shading. See, it's simply a link, okay, it's a like anchor, okay, but I have designed this, okay. So for that you will go for the styling. So this is in short and sweet. You will see, okay, see, this is welcome. Okay, so here I am using like a three 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is fully head, this is also header, that is subheadings, and here this is content data. Okay, this is caption. Okay, if you write within this, it will come under t head. So I am not writing within this, so I am using caption. So here, see, I have a caption, so I have written a caption. Then inside the t head, so inside the t head I have course details, courses offered, and number of seats available. So here I have course details and another th I have used, and like number of seats. Okay, we'll see one by one. This just an introductory class. And t body, so inside the t body how many rows I have? 1 2 3. So 3 rows, so 1 2 3 rows. So I opened this braces over here and I have closed it at the end. So I have 3 columns, 1 2 3 columns. So I have one column. So see, this is first column I am using header. Okay, so first, this is the first column, and this is the second column, and this is the third column. Okay, so similarly you can repeat it. And I told, right, so this is a link. Link means generally you will get a text with an underlined text. We will see that and all later on, but here I designed this. Okay, so when you click this link, it is not a static page, sorry, it is not a dynamic page, it is not interacting with the server, so it doesn't goes over here. But here, like in here it will go, like if you want to submit, say if I click this logout, it comes to this page. That's what I have written. So if you click, oh, it will take some other time. Okay, it's not responding. Okay, it will go, that's all. Okay, we will see how it goes also. I will show the code also. So this is what like presentation. See, it looks good, right, compared to like this code, like we are seeing that a simple code. So for that it looks better. And here we will see some examples. I told, right, see, this and all comes in HTML5. Before that I'll see whether this we have seen everything. Okay, happy new year. This and all static pages. Next, see, this and all the new concepts in a HTML5, like as I shown here. You have a lot of stuffs here, like a local storage, 2D drawing, offline support, sockets, threads, etc. Many things is there. Okay, we will see like to the maximum whatever we can. So this is like gradient buttons. Okay, so I have created some buttons. See, hello world. See, if you hover your mouse over this text, it's like transforming, right, scrolling, like it's transformation. Similarly, see, in HTML5 I have this, I want to drag and drop. Say for example in Amazon, okay, you don't want to add everything, just drag it and drop it. So you can drag all this and drop it. Similarly, you can drag the images also. This and all possible in HTML5 and 6. So it's a canvas, like as you do drawings and paintings. Okay, you will have a base canvas, right? So this yellow box, this is a canvas within which I have placed a bird. And here, see, I want to select a favorite color. Okay, So now I am choosing this one. Say I don't have internet access, okay, I don't have any means, so just you do this code and have this in hand, okay, but because you need the color code that what is the value, so I am picking this one. See, if I submit, so it gives this color. So if I want to use this as a background color, I can use this. Say for example, again I am clicking, I am choosing this pink, this one, I am giving submitting, so it's giving a different color code. So I can use the color code. Here I have used JavaScript, okay. Here also, see, I have one bulb, I want to repeat the bulb, okay, so I can repeat. I want to repeat only along the x-axis, so repeat along x-axis, repeat along y-axis, like this. Some examples I just want to make you interesting in the first class, because you will start learning HTML. It's very interesting, it will be very interesting, okay. You will get a lot and lots of doubts, and you will not find time to code. Like if you feel very interesting, when you concentrate on this, you will feel very happy, because you are seeing everything visually, right? See, like when you choose this, and on this one, like I want to pick a color, okay. Someone is like struggling, I don't have internet connection, like this, just you give the code to them, okay, so they will pick the colors, okay, so they can use it, right? It's very interesting, we are seeing the output visually, so it will be very interesting. So this is for like skewing, that is transforming. So like from this place location to this place, it's skewed. Like angles you have to give 90°, 180°, 30°, like this, okay. We'll see an example. I want to copy this red box, so if I click this, it's copied. Similarly here, progress demo we will have, right, while the file is uploading in Gmail, or like wherever site you want to upload, or upload, it will show a progress bar. So it will show the progress bar, like this. We can, everything we can code with the help of HTML5. And similarly I want to have all the pictures of the birds, okay, so I have given all the pictures of the birds. And see, I am clicking this and all done with JavaScript. So it's showing some dialog, so I'm closing it, so it's showing some dialog, okay. And these and all, like drop down menu we are seeing, right, similar to that, like what are all the tourist spots in all those stuffs. Next one, see, I have a thumbnail, I have a planet, this is given in W3 schools, okay. So I am clicking on this planet, see, it's showing the enlarged picture of this, okay. Similarly I am clicking on this, it's showing the enlarged picture. So if you want to uh, keep everything small due to the space occupying, then you want to see the enlarged picture, you can go for these thumbnails. And this is just a animation, okay, I have put an X mastery, it's like animated. I just want to show you like what are all things we can do in HTML. It's very basic, it's for beginners, okay. We'll start from scratch. Say for example, I want to add a PDF document, then you can have a PDF document like this in your web page. And see, I want to add, okay, I want to give, like, say I am giving some number from 100 plus 50, it giving me the output as 150, isn't it? So I want to slide down, so it's giving some number is taken, okay, it's not showing that number, but it is giving the output. So the number here, the value will be, might be 42, so 42 plus 50, 92. See, it's given, it is not supported in like Edge and or IE and earlier versions, like that they'll be given, this is not supported, like that. And I want to play a video, okay, this video tag is available in HTML5. See, so I can mute it, okay, I can enlarge it, so like all these things you can do it, okay. I can mute it, And similarly, what I can do, I can scroll this, like all these videos, like controls, we can do it. Okay, next one, see, I want to make a transparent image. So this is the actual image, and here I made it transparent. And see, I have buttons. When you scroll, when you hover means like you scroll over the buttons, the colors change. See, it's like light color, it becomes thick. Light color becomes thick. Similarly, thick colors. Okay, like this. Next one, it's asking to, it's a animated buttons. Press me. So see, color changes when you press red and green. And hover, when you hover, you have an arrow mark. When you click, see, you have our transformations. And if you click this, the button rotates. It will be very interesting if you learn HTML, CSS, and if you start coding. Okay, you will not find time. This we have seen, these are nothing but static web pages. And something I want to show you. See, if you want this and all, I had done with jQuery as well as JavaScript. Okay, show date and time means today's date it will show. Okay, so today's date it shows. And see here, it can change. See, JavaScript. Okay, so this JavaScript, it can change the HTML content also. This one I want to tell you what is this JavaScript. I told, right, instead of doing the business logic, okay, I feel like Java coding is very hectic. So instead I want to have some small change in behavior. So in such case you can go for this scripting language called as JavaScript or jQuery. Okay, this is a minimized version of the JavaScript. Okay, jQuery. Okay, so you will have the extension as .js. And for HTML you will have .html, and for CSS you will have .css. Okay, see here, it's asking to click. When you click, see, the content is changed. Okay, that is, we are seen about us page, right? Like here, see, if I want to click this, if you want to have the content to be changed in the same page, then you can use that concept, this one. Okay, and there is a bulb, I am turning on the light. And see, you can change the HTML styles. See, font is increased. Here also, see, I feel like this font is very small. Okay, I want to click this, so I can do the coding over here so that the font will be increased. Okay, so here you can show, I am asking to hide the para, so hides. Show the para means it shows. Depending upon the user's requirement, you can use, like there are tons and tons of codes. Okay, content is available in HTML, CSS, Java, servlet, JSP, everything. Okay, the only thing is you have to code, and you should have interest, and automatically if you start coding, you will become intellectual. And see, okay, on click, there is a method called as on click. So it's asking to click, so it's asking to enter a real value. Okay, so I'm giving real value inside this. Okay, see, now it is showing the output. Okay, next one, see, hello world, click me. See, it's the text is changed to some other text. This, you know, it's like very funny, right? Like if someone doesn't know anything in JavaScript, jQuery, you can just give them this code. Okay, you can ask them to click on this, then they will try to bring it to the previous code. They will not be able to bring it, right? So it's like a fun time. And see, it's asking to right click inside, so I'm right clicking, so it's showing, it's alerting. Okay, yeah, click the div. Next, so here it's asking to double click, so it's showing hello world. So here, see, it's showing you clicked me. It's a null. There is a method called as alert in JavaScript. Okay, see, it will be very interesting. Thumbnail, we have seen the thumbnail there, right? Here, see, if you scroll, if you hover the mouse itself, the thumbnail gets increased. So this is looking better instead of that one, right? So here, like there you have to click on that, but in HTML5, if you hover, the thumbnail is enlarged. And here, see, it's showing like whether you're clicking the mouse or not clicking the mouse. And here say I want to find the coordinates in paint and all, you want to find out the coordinates, right? So I'll put the mouse over here. It's showing x coordinate is 125 and y coordinate is sorry, x is 361 and y is 125. Similarly you can move it and such that this will show the mouse move. And this is slideshow, right? Like I have pictures and I want to this, you have to do it manually. Okay, so simply I am sliding it. And this one also you have to do it manually. Okay, so yeah, I have 3, so we can see in which picture we are into. Like otherwise you can click over here also. Okay, this is slideshow, it's automatically does. See, they will give some time seconds, seconds or something, so after which the pictures changes by itself. This is done with a JavaScript. Okay, next one, this one we have seen. Next I'll show you this also we have seen. This also we have seen. Another one is this one, we'll see. See, this is done with jQuery. Okay, so if you click on this, it goes. Now you can give the example. Okay, just play it, right? If someone clicks and the text disappears, okay, they'll be shocked. Okay, that's it. See, like give it, so it's moving. Next one, see, like heading itself, it will be go, everything is gone. And here if you click, so one, the button itself gone. Okay, these are all some events. So this is one, like if you hover over your text field, the text field color changes. Okay, but see, it remains there. And like when you come out, okay, like when the mouse goes out and the color changes. And see, you have a biodata, they are asking to fill, it's like focus. See, it's focused. When you click on this, it's focused. When you come out, it changed to like orange. So focus, like when you come out, it changes. Next one, see, this is drag, it's funny. Okay, you can drag it anywhere you want. We have seen that dragging that letters and all those pictures. Okay, that's all for the day. I'll show the coding only. So okay, see, this is what I want to show. Okay, so these are all said to be like inside style. You have everything. This is said to be cascading style sheet. Okay, you have 3 types here also, and this is called as a form. Okay, so when you click this form, it will go to the login validation servlet and it validates the input, and thereby it gives the output. This is what I want to tell you. Like I am using a H reference, right? See, I'll show you this example. I'll claim the project also. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, see, I have the link I told, right? It's not working. Actually, some problem with my Eclipse, it's not responding properly. So to wind up, that's for the day. Okay, so hypertext markup language, both HTML and CSS is used for presentation, and for business logic you will use servlets, struts or Spring MVC. And for a model layer, for storing and accessing and manipulating the data, you will go for the model. Okay, so this is the introduction to hypertext markup language. See, I'll show you here, it's still going on. That is ahref I told, right? See, this one I have designed like this, right? Just I'll remove this design. Okay, now I'll run it. Wait 1 second, I think this is also I have used a gradient. This is ahref inside the div tag, right? This is a link actually. Click here to log out, and this inside I have placed inside a div, and here I have give gradient. Okay, this background color, and width is nothing but 200 pixels, height, margin left, and text align is center, and we will remove this also. So it will be very interesting, like if you see, all this, and here see, like give to someone, okay, you ask them to drag the text, okay, they'll be wondering how this see, there are a lot of wonders, okay, apart from this and all. It's very very tiny, okay, but I'm telling. So I'll remove the div tag also, because I see I have placed inside the div tag. So I'll okay, or otherwise we'll have the div tag. Okay, I'll show you how the content is. I'll remove the background color only. I'll show you how I have changed. So now I am running it. So now I am giving see how actually link will be like this only, okay. So you'll have a text and you'll have the underline. So the div background color I removed it, okay. Suppose I think I'll show you the output also. Okay, it will take some time, so I'll tell you. But here also, if you click, it will go to the welcome page, like sorry, home login page, okay. But that is set to be styling, okay. The styling was beautiful, right? So here it was looking good, presentable. But see, here I have given the link, and that was not looking good. So in order to give a better presentation, we'll go for the HTML and CSS, okay. So with this we'll wind up the class. We will see in the next class. We'll start the actual course class from the next class. I just want to give an intro of what is HTML, CSS, and what is web designing and web development, okay. Web designing goes for the UI users, like they will just know a little bit HTML, CSS, that's it. They will not be a complete programmer. And next we will see about the uh, Java developer, like it's not like Java, a web developer. They will be into development. They will know like HTML also to some extent, and they will do the business logic, and they will know the database also. Similarly, database people also, they will not know everything about the business logic, okay. So back end, that is said to be back end, and this is said to be front end. Presentation is said to be front end, and back end is nothing but database. So these two people, even like 10th standard, 12th standard students, they can do it, okay. Like if they know like Photoshop and all these small tags, okay. And database also, like see, I am telling basic database, not the advanced levels for which you need a great knowledge, okay. So this is the difference between the web designing and web development, okay. Web designing is just creating the static pages. Web development means like it should interact with the server, and for which you will use the server side programming languages like servlets, struts, and Spring MVC. These are nothing but they are the frameworks, okay. And Hibernate is used for the database, okay. From next class words we will see like one tag to the maximum tags, and we'll take some small projects, and we'll start doing the code, and thereby side by we'll see the Java, as well as we will see that astrology classes, everything, okay. Okay, thanks for the time being.